Hello everyone. Is it working? I think it is. It should be. I've got this down cold now, right? So it better be working. All right. So let's see. Okay, we got just a little bit longer before noon hits, and I'll start promptly at noon. Just got on a little early to make sure everything was looking golden. All right, time to start. I'll wave again. Hi, everyone. Okay, this is my moment of relaxation. It feels pretty good, so I'm taking it easy. Yeah. So last time I played this game with you guys, we built this shack, this wooden base. It's not very impressive, but there it is. And the changes I have made since then. So I just got on real quick a while back and did a few things like, hey, solar panels up there and batteries, and so we got a little electricity working in here. And one other thing is I made 130 million buckos. You were saying, how did I do that? Well, I was going to show you, because this gave me the heebie-jeebies. This is where the game breaks all the rules of the universe. So it was a simple recipe. So this is called a refiner. It converts things into other things. And here's this little recipe I have. So I plug in as input a little chlorine, which is expensive to buy in this game. And I plug in a little oxygen, which is cheap. It's everywhere. You can find it on the ground. And you can also just go up to one of the stations and buy tons of it. So I put this here, and then I'm going to click begin, and watch what's going to happen. I'm starting with 1 chlorine, and it's going to burn 2 oxygen and produce 6 chlorine. Yeah, when I found this, other people have discovered this. I'm not the first one to discover this, but I was horrified because this violates all the laws of conservation of mass and energy. I can take 1 chlorine and turn it into 6 with a little oxygen, which is actually not incorporated. I guess it acts as a little catalyst. So it's just... Anyway, so chlorine is kind of expensive in the game. So what I did, I just got a little bit of chlorine. I got a bunch of oxygen, and I just ran this cycle a couple times, and ended up with huge quantities of chlorine, which another unrealistic thing in the game is you can just pick it up and put it in your pocket. So yeah, I loaded up with chlorine. But what that meant is, if you look here, let's see, come back. Gotta get out of this. Look up here, 130 million units. Just churning this stuff out, going up and selling the excess, coming back down, churning it up, selling the excess. Okay. I guess that's how it's going to work. You can't complain when the universe is so warped that you can violate all the laws of thermodynamics and get all these goodies out of it. Okay, I'm going to do it. All right, so what am I going to do today? Well, we got something. I've got a simple mission. You might be asking yourself, where is my ship? My ship is not to be found because one of the other weird things about this game is when you teleport in, I'll show you teleportation in a minute, it puts your starship in a random location somewhere near your base. So right now I got this crappy little jalopy of a spaceship, which is, I don't want to fall off the cliff. I'm at the top of a butte, and the starship is down there at the very bottom. So that's unsatisfactory. I guess I could bring. There's ways to bring things up Let's see if I happen to put, yeah. So there it is. I'll just tell it, get up here. Here it comes. Here's my horrible little starship. It's pathetic. It's tiny. It's weak. It's got nothing special about it. So let's see. I'm gonna get on board. One of the things I want to do is let's clear everything that's worth. So I got some. Okay, I got some gold. I'll put that in my pockets. Yeah, I've also expanded my pockets a bit. I have some silver. Okay, let's put that in. Let's put that in my pockets. So I'm clearing out this starship because, let's see, is there a faster way to do this? No. Oh, I ejected. Anyway, I'm clearing it out because we're going to go sell this piece of junk away, and I am going to get myself something a little snazzier. Oh yeah, Darren points out, yeah, if I build a landing pad, then I can just, it just automatically appears in the right place. Okay, there we go, that's faster. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Let's get rid of the tritium. Well, we're not getting rid of it, we're just storing it away. But this ship is going to be junked, so let's clear it out. All right. Now, I'm not going to use this ship to go because I also have this set up, my own little personal teleporters. Isn't that cute? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport to a wealthy space station. I found one that is really, really rich and has lots of ships flying in. Since it was this one, the Ilgeti 9 sphere. So you can see it's affluent. There's a bit of conflict going on, but we're not going to worry about that. And it's run by the Korvax. So let's go teleporting. Let's get over here, sort of centered on the screen. Yes, I could afford to build my own personal landing pad because right now I'm this filthy rich tycoon in the universe, because apparently I'm one of the few people who have discovered, the few people who are in-game, the actual universe people who have discovered this trick of violating all the laws, rupturing the fabric of space and time, and synthesizing as much of something as I want. So, filthy rich. Okay, here we are. This is this other wealthy station. I go to a wealthy station because all kinds of different ships will eventually come flying in and landing here. And what I'm looking for is something better than that piece of junk you see over there. What I want is... The game sounds are drowning me out. Is there a wavelength? Okay, we're just tinkering here. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn this. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I'm going in. Come here. I will turn the game sounds way down, I think. Is that better? Am I still audible? I hope I didn't turn myself down. Okay. All right, here we go. We got ships coming in. I hear them. See, like there's a shuttle. It's a B class. Am I too? Here's what I can do. How's that? Is that better? I hope. Anyway, look at all these cool ships flying in. This one is a C class, and over there's a B class. I am rich though, so I'm not settling for anything less than A or C class. What is this? This is an A class. 31 plus 4. Oh. Over there, yeah. So, just for your information, there is also these. So, like, there's my ship, and it is a C class. It sucks. It's a 15 plus 4. That means it's got 15 slots for storing things in, and it's got 4 technology slots. That's pathetic. So here's a cute little. Oh, there's an A class fighter, 19.4. That's better. See, I went to this place because I saw before that this had lots and lots of things like. So that's a C class. It looks cool. It's very pretty, but I want a good one. Yes, A class would be available. There's an A class right there. There's a B class. Don't care. Yeah, so A class has better stats, but better yet would be. Ooh, it is pretty. I like that kind of gold and green. That's a classy looking ship. But the cream of the crop is called S class. And so I would really like to get an S class. Although it will also cost a lot more. But what do I care? I'm rolling in the dough. At least in the game. I wish I were rolling in the dough in real life. But, yeah, that's what happens when you choose to be a little scientist in a little university. There's also different kinds of ships. That's an explorer. No, what? That can't be. That's an explorer, isn't it? Yes. Oh, that's an A-class explorer. They apparently have long range. I don't know. I'm not flying very far. The fighters like this are better at romping on things. Okay, that's a C class. We don't care. So we'll just sit here with the ships roaring in. If I see an S class, I might snatch it up. Lots of explorers. Okay, there's an A class explorer. 29 plus 8. That's certainly a lot better than what I've got. But we'll hang out here and see what else we find. We got a little time to kill. Okay, that's a shuttle. C class, who cares? I figure if nothing turns up here, one thing we can do is go, there's a trading post down on the planet, and we go hang out there and see what comes in. Yeah, I could have, but you know, when you got tons of money like I do, upgrading, sure. Yeah, so that's why I say I wouldn't mind if I got an A class. Could eventually upgrade it to S class. But something big and fast would be kind of nice. Yeah, C, B, A, then S class is the order. I don't know what the rationale for that is. CBA makes sense. Okay, so that's a grade C spaceship right there. And there's a grade B spaceship. And then a grade A is even better. And then S, I don't know. Have all my, okay, Big Zebra suggests I have all my speeches transcribed, sell the collection on Amazon. Oh yeah, okay, right, yeah, that would bring in $130 million. No, I don't think it'd be worth much. Especially since I always gave them away free. Okay, what do we got there? There's an A9. Okay, another Explorer. Like I said, though, I want something big and truck-like to haul lots of stuff. And I also want something fast and murderous so I can be a pirate. That's not a career option for most college professors, is to go for piracy. So, yeah, I might as well pursue it. Okay, so one of the things I threatened to do was talk a bit about labs and research stations and all that kind of cool stuff. Because as a biologist, there's all kinds of different things you can do, different options you can take. Back when I was a lowly undergraduate, I drifted into purely lab work. Okay, that's what floated my boat, so I got into that. But I had little tastes of, some of the exotic stuff that other people were doing. So at the University of Washington, for instance, affiliate, oh, that's nice, 26.8, okay. Oh, I think they'll get mad at me if I start pirating, but it's a game, who cares? Anyway, as I was saying, one of the nice things about University of Washington is they had their marine station out at Friday Harbor Labs. And I'd been out there a number of times. We had oceanography field trips, and the Society for Developmental Biology meetings were always held out at Friday Harbor Labs. So every spring we would hop on a ferry and head out to those wonderful labs and just cruise around. And they were kind of the highlight of the year because you weren't confined to a stuffy lab all the time. Yeah, you'd sit in the auditorium and listen to talks. What is that? Ooh, that looks big and mean. 15 million units. Petty cash, I can do that. 30 plus 4. That's kind of sweet. Do the colors look good? Yes, that matters. Light blue and green. I'm getting a lot of green here. Okay, maybe I'll wait a little longer. Gotta be patient here. We got plenty of time. So anyway, Friday Harbor Labs, and I really recommend this to students, is to get out and experience a field station somewhere. So here in Minnesota, we do not have a marine station. I guess not. So no marine station here, but we do have the Itasca Labs. So it's an ecological field station up at Itasca. There's another nice. What is this? This is don't care. Itasca is a really beautiful place. It's the headwaters of the Mississippi, and it's got a beautiful facility there with an auditorium and research labs. And for a while, we were taking all the students out there their first year because that is just the experience. Fiona, no, you can't change the paint job. You're stuck with whatever paint job you get. I hear they're talking about maybe in a future update they'd let you do that, but not yet. No. So anyway, we go out to Lake Itasca. It's gorgeous. They have cabins so you can stay there. They have it's basically dormitory facilities, so they'll feed you and everything. It costs a bit of money. But the thing is, you go to one of these stations as a student, and you get so enthusiastic about this whole field. I wish we could continue to do this every year. It's on our list of things that would be nice to be able to get a grant to support. So, yeah. Give us time, we'll get there. Yeah, so anyway, Friday Harbor was great because you go there for the meetings and you hang out. Is that the same A class that was here just a moment ago? No, that's a C class, yuck. Anyway, you hang out, you go to the meetings, and then in the evenings, you just had fun. So there was a tradition at Friday Harbor that at the end of the meeting, at the end of the day of meetings, all the students would hang around and we would do spoof talks, making fun of the faculty. Don't tell them. Yeah. And then the other thing we always did is you'd go out boating, just get a rowboat and head out. Ooh, that's pretty. That's another A class. I don't know. There are some nice fighters coming in here. Not a B. Think about that. So we'd get in a rowboat and we'd row across the harbor to the bars in town. And that was always a fun experience. Especially since, we'd go out like midnight. It's pitch dark. Oh, that's a nice hauler. Ooh, I like that. It's A class. It's humongous. That's what I want. Maybe I should go buy that one. Let's go see. Let's talk to this guy. Hey. Hey, alien. How much is your spaceship? Okay, there it is. Look at all that space. Oh, that's nice. We should negotiate a price. He wants 15 million for it. Pocket change. Of course, if I trade in my old one, I get 400,000 back. Yeah. Okay, I'm going for it. I'm getting that one. Just to meet my needs for the big hauler. Of course, then what I need is, I need my pirate ship. That's a shuttle. Shuttles would not make good pirate ships. So yeah, we'd go rowing across the harbor. It was beautiful. It'd be pitch black, and then there were all the phosphorescent dinoflagellates. So as you were rowing, they'd all sparkle and shimmer. We'd also do things like go hang out on the pier and lower a light down, and the strange fish would all come flocking to it. And you could also see all the sea squirts clinging to the piling. And yes, as a Corday person, sea squirts were awesome. So, yeah, I recommend it highly. I've also been to a few other marine labs, like Cold Spring Harbor. Cold Spring Harbor is completely different. Cold Spring Harbor is where the rich people went. So you got Cold Spring Harbor, they got these beautiful old mansions that they bought and redid as housing. So there's these lovely buildings there. The lawns are all gorgeously manicured. It's like, oh yeah, you can tell millionaires funded this place. Got their names on the buildings and things like that. And of course, then you had James Watson haunting the place, which kind of devalued it. So yeah, Cold Spring Harbor is nice. I still prefer Friday Harbor, even though it's much more rustic. Okay, there's an A Explorer. I haven't seen any S ships yet. You just hear them roaring in. Okay, that's... Ooh, what is this? This is an S-Class. Oh, well. I'm sorry, other ship I've just bought. I am going to trade that in. Yeah, I'll take an S-Class. And I'll look at all those slots. That's what I want. And oh yeah, if I do a trade-in, I get more than 10 million units back. I think they should do that. Okay, what's the other? This one's got, yeah, it's got one less slot. Oh wait, no, the new ship has one more slot. It's got better performance. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, we're stocking up on ships pretty fast here. This is going smoothly. Let's hop in this baby and let's take it for a spin. Yeah, it looks like a truck on the inside, doesn't it? Ooh. Nice smooth ride. Let's see, where is that? Uh-oh. Those are freighters coming in. Space is a busy place in this game. Let's see, I do not think. See, there's things you can get with technology, and I haven't gotten it for this. Let's see, do I have... Oh... Can I put one of these in?
Technology installed.
I need two, let's see. Can I build a microprocessor? I might be able to if I had carbon nanotubes. Okay. We will do some hasty construction. Yes, how are all these planets jammed so closely together? It's kind of unreal in that sense. Well, it's a game. Of course it's unreal.
Product constructed.
So I needed two of those, right? And I put it in here. So, yeah. Okay, I just put in this thing called an economy scanner, which will let me look for various trading posts. Anyway, yes, the planets are all jammed closely together. There's asteroids everywhere. Yeah, I'm afraid if you are a astronomer, you're not going to appreciate this place. Okay. Trading post. There's a trading post over there. Now we can find it. Like that. Okay, it says it's going to take half hour, but I haven't engaged my pulse drive yet. Let's do that. Oh, what? Why did it stop? Am I too close to something? Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Yes, they're all close together. The planets are like minutes to seconds apart. Yeah, you think it's within the Roche limit? I kind of suspect so. You just have to tell yourself it's a game. I mean, if they violated the basic laws of thermodynamics, then yeah, I'm not going to quibble about this. Okay, so where we're headed is a trading post, which is a place where lots and lots of ships land. So we got lucky, we got an S-class hauler, they're nice. But what I want next is... I guess now the standard is set, it's got to be an S-class fighter. After all, why would a multi-millionaire like myself settle for anything less? Not gonna get some little rowboat. Yes, are we going? Are we going? There's There's our speed. So there's our spaceport we're headed for. Slowly. I don't want to go too fast, because going too fast is bad on your spaceship's health. At least when you collide with things. Okay, you can see there's some other ships parked there already. Oh, I didn't even bother to look. What kind of planet is this? Oh, Patrick says that Eve is more realistic in distances, but it's a corporation game, not exploration. Yeah. The exploration part is kind of what I like, but also at the same time, there are things about the explorations in this game that bug me. So, for example, oh, that's a nice exploit. But we need a pirate ship, remember. That's a cool one. Anyway, one of the things about the game is it really tries to get you out into the stars. And I kind of feel like, hey, you got this wonderful, generation scheme for building planets. I would like to explore planets much more. So, yeah. So I've kind of resisted some of the first couple of missions they send you on. They make you go to other stars, and I went to a grand total of 2 other stars than my starting place, and I have avoided going anywhere else because I want to do the planets justice. Okay. So the bad thing about this trading post is things are a little more spread out, so I got to run around a bit. So what is the catch with this planet? I don't know. Let's see. It'll usually tell me. Oh, it's toxic. Or is it radioactive? I don't know. Something. Will it tell me if I do this? Oh, it's a radioactive planet. Okay. That's not good. Ooh, there's a fighter. And that is B class. Nah. We have standards now.
Radiation protection falling.
There's another one. What is that? C class. No, forget it. So anyway, I was talking about biology and going out to exotic marine stations. It's also got a really, really long tradition that, back in the 19th and early 20th century, if you were a biologist, that's what you did. You taught, and then you'd make arrangements to go out to Cold Spring Harbor or Woods Hole or the Scripps or anything. And that was a pretty cool way to live. With a few drawbacks back then. One was that you had to be independently wealthy to a certain degree, because we didn't have NSF and NIH to fund everything. Yeah. So like Edwin Conklin, who's one of my developmental biology heroes, who did this magnificent work on sea squirts, things like Siona, and that's what he did. He'd go out to a marine station every summer, and just dig around and explore things. Yeah, and I envied that when I was a student, but at the same time I was seduced by the laboratory work, so that's what I ended up doing. Yeah, so nowadays I kind of pretend I'm following in their footsteps, because finally, in my 60s, I started doing field work and got out and explored, and I am finding it so invigorating. Yeah. Yes, I am lucky to be able to walk to work. That was kind of intentional, but I took it to an extreme. Morris is a small town of 5,000 people. So unless you want to buy something out in the countryside, to get anything near town, you can walk into work. So I have lots of colleagues who live on the other side of town. They walk into work. It's no problem. Maybe in the current weather it's a little bit of a problem, but it's actually not too bad. Yeah, and when we went looking for houses, we found this place, and one of the selling points was the location, that it was really right there, across the street from the university. But it had other good points too. It's kind of quirky. It's a house that was built in the 1940s, remodeled a lot in the early 1950s. So it's got a very quirky layout. Not every hallway in this house is at a 90-degree angle to all the rooms, so it makes it a little weird to walk around in, but we got used to it. Also, this room I'm in right now is my office, my home office, which used to be my daughter's bedroom. She left us. She abandoned us. She moved out. She got married with some guy, so she's not here anymore. So I took over her room, and on two sides here, it's got these bay windows, so it's just all glass around this corner. So it's like a corner office with lots of glass. So it's kind of sweet. It gets very brightly lit, especially in the afternoon. So before I started this, I actually had to close the blinds because it was a little too bright. It's just glaring in at me. And it's a little on the small side. It doesn't have as many bookshelves as I'd like. Well, maybe we'll eventually fix that. Right now it's kind of cut in half because behind me I have a green screen hanging down. That became important when I was teaching over Zoom. Is, as many have noted in the past, my office is kind of messy. There's a lot of stuff. There's a table over here that I put all my gear on, and yeah, and that's a distraction. So I moved to simplify. So I have the green screen. Sometimes I put stuff up on it when I'm teaching a class. Other times I just leave it green and plain, because they're supposed to focus on me, darn it. So that's the way that is all set up. Yeah, so it's, and it's also a thing about small town living. We made some big trade-offs there, because we used to live in Philadelphia, which was the opposite of this place. Huge and lots of traffic. And it took some adjustment on the kids' part, But yeah, there are charms here. Like being able to walk to work. Yeah, in Philadelphia I knew people who fully embraced the urban lifestyle, and they had like condos and apartments right in center city. And so they had a fairly short commute, but short commute meant you still had to take the subway to get to where you were going. That was a quick ride, but that's okay. Here I just get out and get my little exercise, my little walk. Okay, come on, spaceships. I need more fighters here. I'm being picky. Okay, another hauler. I don't need haulers now. I got all the trunk space I need. Oh, look at all those incoming vessels. Okay, that's not what I want. I thought I saw a fighter coming in. No. Oh, well, just hanging out in the bus station. Like you do. Although here in Morris we do not have a bus station, by the way. There is no bus station. There is sometimes a bus that will take you to Alexandria, and it meets at the local old people's restaurant. Yeah, there's again, small town. There's always some little restaurant that has been here for 50 or 60 years, and it's cheap, and they generally make just crappy down-home food, but it persists because it has developed a clientele. Oh, a train station. I wish. No. You know, when I talk to the old-timers here, back in the 60s and I think into the early 70s, the center of life in Morris was the train station. The train station is still downtown. It's still sitting there all abandoned and boarded up. But then they just let everything fall to pieces. So there are railroad tracks that run through here. The tracks run to Fargo, and they run to Sioux City, and they run to Minneapolis. But the tracks themselves are so degraded that you can't really use it for passenger trains. Yeah. So it's a great tragedy. They just let it slide. You know, there are all these cool photos, the old-timey photos from the 1950s and 60s of Morris, and they're always showing celebrities showing up in Morris at the train station because it was easy. You could just, you know, if you were a musician on tour and you went to Minneapolis, and you could arrange stops in Sioux Falls and Fargo, so yeah, you'd pass through Morris. All the students would come in on trains. A lot of the faculty arrived on trains. No, not anymore. Oh yeah. So Powpuck says it feels like Frogger getting to his train station. Yeah, in Philadelphia, we lived in the suburbs, and we know that experience. We had a bus that ran real close to the house, like 2 blocks away was the stop, and that was fine. And then you'd ride the bus to the train station, which was in Elkins Park, and yeah, then you'd have to do a little jiggery pokery to get to that. And then either that or you take the bus to Fern Rock Station, where you could catch the subway. It was, in some ways, it was a wonder to have good mass transit. You know, lots of mass transit, lots of options. There were multiple ways I could get to work. But on the other hand, it was, you had to know the timetables and all the routes, and that was no fun. Now it's just, you walk out the door and you walk to the store or wherever. Oh, although I should say we do have mass transit here, and it's in some ways it's actually pretty good local mass transit. We have a bus service. It's different from what you may know of as a bus service, because what you would do is you would call the bus company and they would send the van to your place and just pull up at your front door, and they would get out and it would take you where you wanted, you know, within reason, locally. What did you call me? Yeah, these are the aliens. They got very, very harsh voices. Yes, walking is better, and you know, normally we walk around everywhere. So, like going to the grocery store, which is a little far. It's like 8 to 10 blocks. We just get out and walk there. Which reminds me, I have to walk to the grocery store today because we are almost out of cat food. Yeah. That's a terrifying possibility. Oh, it sounds more like a taxi service. Yeah, but it's different because they will, if there's multiple people, you'll go to multiple houses to do pickups, and then they'll take you somewhere. And of course, it's only someplace local. We also do not have anything like what is that? What is that service where you call in and individual drivers come out and pick you up? We don't do that because there's not enough traffic here, not enough need for it, and the shuttle buses will get you everywhere. Well, I hope you all are enjoying the scenery at the bus station here, because right now the starships are not coming in as often as I'd like. Yeah, Uber or Lyft, we don't have that. I mean, I imagine somebody could do it, but it would not be profitable. Especially when you got the local bus that just does basically the same thing for cheap. It's like I think it's $1.30 to go to the grocery store from here, or you just walk it for free. Yeah. Now, walking is a little hazardous in the weather we've got. I think it's minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 20 something centigrade. Oh, it's close to minus 30 centigrade. Yeah, somewhere around there. Once you get to this kind of temperatures, it doesn't matter. You don't need to know the numbers. You just say it's freaking cold out there. Uber and Lyft are profitable for the company, I suspect. The CEOs are making a lot of money off of it. Just another thing where capitalism gouges the little guy. Okay, I'm spinning in circles here. I might have to go back up to the space station because you guys just aren't doing it for me here. You are not doing it for me. It is purely chance what spaceships show up, so you just gotta kind of wait. That little... What's that little number over there? That is... B class. No. Okay, I'm going to give it 5 minutes, and then I'm going to scoot up to the space station. We'll hang out there just a little longer. We are going on about an hour, so... Yes, I've just been babbling here. Anyway, I was saying the urgent need to go to the store is we're almost out of cat food, and I do not want to be in this house when we're out of cat food, because the evil cat will start gnawing on me. Pretty definitely. Yeah. The cat only talks to me at mealtimes. She knows what's up. So she will come around and she'll start pawing at the door and she'll start meowing and telling me it's time to feed her. And then when I get the food out, she starts making really strange noises. I do not know cat language. But she has little conversations with me. Lately she's been quacking. As I'm serving up the food, she goes, "Whack, whack, whack." Yes, cats. They're aliens. Okay, what do we got over there? We got that B class is back. So I'm seeing lots of explorers. I don't need an explorer. I'm seeing lots of great big juicy haulers. That's nice. Does my cat like me or my wife more? Oh, what an interesting question. In a purely venal sense, she likes me because we decided I would have the job of feeding her, because we knew that she didn't like me much to begin with, and feeding her would endear her to me. But really, she likes my wife a lot more. You know, in the personal, non-selfish sense, where she just likes to hang out with her. So I'm pretty sure right now the cat is hanging out next to my wife, just sleeping like cats do. So, yeah. Yeah, this is a psycho cat though. She's got all kinds of mental problems. That's the only reason she doesn't like me very much. Yeah, it's her brain. Her brain's screwed up where she would like me better. No. You know, Mary is more naturally affectionate with animals than I am. That's kind of what you'd expect from a guy who would gravitate towards spiders, I guess. Spiders are my kind of pet. Okay, these are all boring haulers and things. Let's go back up to the space station. It'd be nice to have that future pirate ship under my control before... Ooh, I just noticed that kind of cute thing. Anyway, like I said, it's nice to have my pirate ship in hand before I have to call this off for the day, because work awaits. Take off into outer space. All right. Okay, here we are. There's the planet right next door. Let's select that space station. Zoom over there. Oh, so I was talking about research stations. So as I mentioned, Itasca is the big one for the University of Minnesota that's here. And it's lovely. It's really nice. But we also have one in the works. So the University of Minnesota Morris has been granted this beautiful plot of land up north near Ashby, Minnesota. And we've been given that to develop as a research station and teaching station, which is really sweet. Oh, the old ones are still hanging around here, just taking up space. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, it's just called the Eco Station. It's up by Ashby. It's pretty much an empty piece of land. I mean, there's little bits and pieces of development that were done by the owners years ago, but you know, there's no restrooms, there's no cabins. There's a lovely little lake in the center of it, and it's got a rough path that circumnavigates the lake. And we've been out there a couple times looking for spiders, and it's very nice. I've seen the architect's plans for it, where they would basically build a big auditorium up there that you could then use for teaching purposes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, right now we just go up there and hang out in the brush, looking for spiders. The first time we went out there, we just sort of flopped down and stuck our faces in things. And, you know, that's what you gotta do when you're looking for spiders in plains and meadows and prairies and all that. You get down there and you're on hands and knees or lying on your belly and looking for things. And the first time we went there, we did that, and then on the way back we discovered ticks. Yes, there are ticks out here. All the native Minnesotans know this, okay? There's all kinds of biting insects hanging out around here. We learned that fast. And now we have all kinds of insecticides that we spray ourselves with. Oh, Darren points out 5.4 rads per second, which would kill you in a minute. All right. Yes, but are you wearing a fancy purple spacesuit? No, I am. This is my fancy purple spacesuit. So I don't have to worry about those sorts of things. It would kill me slowly. Okay. We are almost at the hour mark. So let me just ask, do you have questions? I said this would just be a Q&A. So if you have any kinds of questions, ask about anything. Ask about biology. Ask about snow. It's your last chance for a while. Because shortly I have to go and stare into a computer screen again without spaceships on it. And I have to do some grading. Yeah, ticks are awful. And the thing is, they're sneaky. You don't feel them bite you. They just kind of scurry around, and they ease their mandibles into your flesh. So that night you go to take a shower and you discover all the ticks in strange, unpleasant, horrible places on your body. Actually, we didn't have that much of a problem because they take their time. So we got home and we immediately went in to take a shower, and the ticks hadn't yet dug in. Snow fleas, oh, I don't know. You can find ticks and mites though this time of year, but they're under the ice, so they have really complicated life cycles, and a good chunk of them are aquatic. So they're underwater. They're living it up down there. Yeah, I don't know of any fleas that cause paralysis either. Good thing. Okay, what is this? This is... Oh, it's a fighter. A-class fighter, but I think it's ugly. That's an ugly fighter. I don't like that snub-nose look. I want something long and needle-like that looks dangerous. Like a real fighter. Someone once described ticks as spiders who are adapted to eat things bigger than themselves. Are they closely related? Yes, they're all part of that big group of arachnids. So spiders and ticks are related distantly. You know, like 300 or 400 million years old distance, but still in the same group. Yeah, and ticks also have 8 or 10 legs, so lots of legs. They have the fancy mouth parts that have been modified. Yes, I have heard that tick bites can lead to meat allergies. So that's not a problem for vegetarians like us, though. Okay, well, it's been a little over an hour. I don't have... Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, that's that golden green one I kind of like. But that's the C-class one, never mind. Yeah, so I don't have the fancy space fighter that I can use as a pirate ship. And yes, I know pirate ships are not known for their aesthetic appeal, but this is a game. I can pick this ship that I like, and I will just pick and choose some other time. Yeah, so let me think. What's next for me? Well, I am going to go I have to do some grading. I have to write my lecture for tomorrow. I mentioned in my blog that one of the hassles of going pandemic and having to change things around is a lot of my old lectures have to be rewritten because I have to work harder to get students to participate. So I got to change a bunch of things around to make them better. I'm also changing the order of things because I want them to align with the lab a little better. So specifically tomorrow I have to give a lecture that summarizes complementation tests and why we're doing this in the lab and what we can expect to see and how they work. And along the way I'll also throw in ideas about multigenic traits and pleiotropy, and yeah, that's... So I got to consolidate all that tomorrow. So what am I doing? Playing a game? No, I'm guilting myself out. I should shut up. Anyway. Yes, so I got a bunch to do today, tomorrow, and then tomorrow I have to write an exam for another class. Yeah, I feel like moaning. That's life in the plague years, so I gotta struggle with all this stuff today. By the way, notice I can stand right behind the spaceship's exhaust and I'm not gonna have to worry about getting fried, which is also kind of weird. So anyway, the good news is next weekend is a long weekend for me because the university, in their wisdom, has decided not to have a spring break because we don't want students to go home to their families and spread plague there or bring plague back. So they instead broke it up into these little one-day days off scattered throughout the semester. And so we got one of those on Thursday, and then I don't have classes on Friday. That's the way I arranged my schedule. It means that Friday is my big day for sitting down and getting grading and stuff done. And all that fun stuff. But it means I got a 4-day weekend coming up. So I will probably do another game stream next weekend. But also maybe I will do something sciencey, which would be fun. Yeah, maybe I can do something with spiders. Nobody likes spiders except me. It's very weird. You people, you need to learn to love spiders. Okay, so let me just do a few things here so we can say farewell properly. Oh, I didn't do that right. I don't play this enough. I don't have all the controls mastered. So let's fly around here with the camera. Where am I? There I am. Let's all say bye-bye, and I'll snap a picture of our exotic mission at the bus station, trying to find good chips. I got a good hauler. That's a plus. And I will let you go now, and I will talk to you next week sometime. All right. Now I gotta find all these controls. So I'm ending the stream. Sorry guys. It's been fun. Until next week. Should have a little more free time then.